Link to original text and author's account is in the description. The scoreboard read, Orcs and Fighters 6. Terra Conquerors 1. Basking in the blue-white afternoon sun, the crowd, a solid mix of 6 different species that made up the Orcs and Empire, cheered on the teams. It was a pretty even mix of supporters too. Despite the Terrans only being part of the Empire for 10 years, their recreational pursuits had gained popularity across plenty of civilized worlds. And this match had drawn a record audience. Among the huge crowd, a human named Sam and an Orcsan by the name of Valherg sat together watching the football match take place. So, even in football we beat you. Is there anything we can't humiliate you in, Sam? First off, it's not football. It's soccer, despite what the others say, and second, well, we'll see. Never was a fan of this game, but I guess it could grow on me. It's the Football League, not the Soccer League. As soon as you set up an NFL in the Empire, we'll talk names and semantics. And we will beat you in that too, just like we did with hockey, basketball, cricket, rugby and now football. Oh yes, and before you forget, the war as well. I won't forget, and you know it. You spent long enough reminding me about it on that outpost checkpoint for 3 damn years. It was one of your favorite topics. That and asking me about recipes from Earth so you could cook. And talk about cooking. And talk about food. Food and fighting, that's you summed up. You couldn't get enough of my cooking, and you know it. Me either. You joining the Empire was worth it for the food alone. And as much as I miss being in the military, I don't miss the basic rations we had. Yours were much better. And your barrack facilities, the movie nights, I like those. Still do. I watched the new Bond last week. Sports facilities, rec rooms. Even your uniforms were better, well cut and comfortable. I've just realized that's why you lost. Too much time and effort spent on comfort, not enough on energy shielding for stations and troopers. How long have we known each other, Val? 10 years. Maybe 11. You've been saying the same thing since we were stationed together after the war. And yes, your cooking is pretty good. And yes, you're better at basketball than I am, you've got a height advantage. But you keep saying we've lost, well I don't see it that way. How so, Sam? You're here on our home planet, serving as part of our empire. We have never lost anything to you. We beat you at your own games, look at 7-1 now. Sam smiled at his friend. The Orcsan weren't bad as such, he thought. Certainly not evil. Just more physically capable than humans, and more suited to combat. Really, we are quite similar. Val, what are you wearing? Asked Sam. A cotton-based article with a hood. It's an Orcsan Fighters one. A hoodie, I believe you call it. And that Orcsan over there. Jeans, t-shirt and a head covering. That's a ball cap, keeps the sun out of his eyes. Yep, a good design. I might buy one. And what was the last thing you watched for entertainment, Val? Well, we don't make entertainment at all, so I only watch Terran things these days. James Bond was the last big thing, but I mostly watch sports. Why? Val, answer honestly. When was the last time you ate something native to your homeworld? Like an old-fashioned meal you used to eat? Well, recently I guess. Probably, I don't know exactly, I mostly cook Sam looked at his friend and smiled slightly, with a raised eyebrow. So, you're wearing our clothes, watching our sports, films and TV shows. You eat our food. I'll bet your kids listen to Terran music on Spotify, judging by the amount of them I see wearing human-made earpods lately. Am I wrong? But we won. We won the war. We defeated you. You beat the human army, sure enough. I was there, I saw it myself. But are you sure you actually won though? Al-Herg looked around. 5 alien species and his own, all wearing a variety of human clothes, all bought from Terran-owned stores and brands. Val was dual language to ease communication with Sam and his unit during his military days. He had noticed that more and more English words had been creeping into the everyday speech of the Empire. He had just bought a new Earth-made car, it was the best-selling model for the past 3 years. But, we won, Sam. We won the war. Of course you did, buddy, of course you did.